Mohit?
Hello everyone, my name is Mohit Sharma.
And I'll talk about a little bit about Anil. Anil is, his full name is Anil Kumar Barsavaraj, and he's from India, and he's currently residing in Slovenia.
And that's all I could say now.
Anil, Alice is also nature enthusiast, but apart from that, he's full name biologist from Slovenia, and he is finishing his master's and studies at Technical University of Graz, Austria. Currently, he is working in a general hospital where his main task is testing for COVID-19. And apart from being a nature enthusiast, he likes botany a lot. And in his free time, he likes to travel abroad, especially outside Europe, and volunteer abroad. And apart from being a nature admirer, his favorite quote is, get to know, he believes in it would be pity in our lifetime if we don't get to know the planet in which we live in. And apart from traveling, he loves to meet people and learn different rituals and different cultures in different places and travels. Anil? Sorry, Alice?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you already told. Yeah, I'm Alice Koletnik. Yes, it's really nice to meet you all, and yeah, I think it will be nice to talk with you today. I'm looking forward for it.
Yeah. A couple of days back, I came to know these two young, spiritual-minded people, and because we were doing International Virtual Utsav 2020, I thought it would be nice to hear from these two people what they think about human psychology, human complexes, and that part of aspects of life. So we had a lot of chit-chat sessions before. Then we have exchanged a couple of views and opinions and all. But now today they are going to focus on our 6 main urges that we know. They are the instruments as well as hindrances to human life, but they are so strong. If you control them, they can make you, or if you don't control them, they can break you. So they're like urge, anger, greed, ego, attachment, and jealousy. So I'll leave the forum for them to speak. Anil, are you speaking first or? Yeah, please go ahead.
Once again, thank you for the kind introduction and all the respected people in this session and the viewers who will be watching. And all due respect for Sree, Thakur, Anukul, Chandra. I don't know much about him, but I will start getting to know about him from today. I'm really happy after meeting you, Sash. So how to attain freedom from enemies of mind? So me and my dearest friend Alish Kuletnik will be speaking about these 6 enemies of mind and how to balance them to lead a sustainable life. So for me, they are not 6 enemies. So they are just referring. They are just 6 different words in dictionary. They become enemies when they exceed the limit. So we all experience these 6 fundamental tenets of mind. In Sanskrit, they are well known as Arishadvargas. And so these 6 tenets reappear again and again and attack our mind. And some people like yogis, they overcome these enemies through intense meditation by completely leaving their material life behind. But normal people like us, we cannot fully lean on one side. We have to somehow learn to work in our inner world to be balanced in this materialistic life. So if I start with greed first, anything which is extreme or excessive is defined as greed. Excessive desire for resources, especially for money or other symbol of wealth, food, power, etc. There are many living creatures in this planet, but why human beings are more greedy than animals. So if you think about this, it's because we have the capacity to project ourselves far more into the future and beyond than other creatures. So this leads to anxiety, depression, and we ourselves make us more complex in negative way. On the other hand, we should have some measure of greed, or else we are more likely to run out of success and to lack the means and the motivation to innovate and achieve. So we should go with how much we need than greed. So if we are greedy for knowledge or for experiencing this life, then I would say greed is no more an enemy. So if you go to the next topic, attachment. So how I deal with attachment. So the first question is it too much attachment is good or bad? The answer is it totally depends on who we attach or what we are what we attached. So the inner peace depends on how much less or more we attach with positive or negative things around. So Buddha says any attachment will bring sorrow in life. So as we born all alone, and attachment is like the sorrow is like a byproduct. That's what Buddha says. But there is a very nice line which I liked in Satyanusaram while reading that, which is translated in English as the pursuit of truths, written by the respected Sree Thakur, which says attachment towards the source is devotion, and wisdom is in proportion to the degree of devotion. Devotion and wisdom will be as much as is gained through that attachment. So this is what he wrote. Now I would like to give an example about attachment. I have a friend who smokes cigarette. He's very much into smoking cigarette that he need 2 cigarettes per day, one after the breakfast and one after the dinner. He's so much attached to that we know recently due to coronavirus pandemic, there was a lockdown and everything was shut down. And he was so depressed, sad, and it was so hard for him to live without cigarette. Even the cigarette is just a thing. He felt he lost a part of himself. It was that much. So that kind of attachment, be it with a person or think or feeling, I would say is not good in that sense. So in simple, I would say be live in the present. Don't accept much from the future and don't let go of the past. So that is how we can live peacefully. The next topic I would like to speak about is arrogance, another tenet. We all are arrogant in our own ways, whether it comes to a subject or knowledge in or a skill we have conquered. These things are what we use to justify our superiority over others. Many times they are the foundation of our confidence. But too much self-confidence and arrogance is not pleasant. So when we are, I would say when we are a owner of our body and mind, we should take complete in charge of it. We should be conscious and aware of what we are speaking. If not, then there is a bigger chances of we lessen our own respect. So it is not arrogance what makes a people bad, but the display of it should be proper, I would say. If we feel what we're doing is right, either while talking with someone or showcasing ourselves, we should surrender completely ourselves. So if we do so, then there is no question of arrogance at all. So my one more topic is jealousy, which is another fundamental tenet of this Kali Yuga. Jealousy. jealousy is very much closer for me, this word, because um, uh, uh, I'm married and I have a wife, and it's a love marriage, and it was for 9 years. And I was so jealous being with her, even if she speaks to somebody, or it's a bit personal, but I would like to share. I was that kind of jealous, and to some extent, it helped me to get her. But that's not her. That's not her right way. But I would say, because of jealousy on her, that made her to love me more. In one kind, it helped me. Uh, but um, but even if more jealousy, it's harmful, I would say. So this is from my side, these four fundamental tenets, and Alice Koletnik will continue the rest too. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, as Anil told, I will speak about two more themes. One is anger, and another one is lust. First, I will start with anger. What is anger actually? It's one of the basic human emotions. It has always been present throughout our evolutionary development, and it prepares us to fight. In modern world, we are confronted with more and more circumstances from which anger can emerge. For example, communication with 1,000 people on social networks, dealing with complicated procedures on the way to achieve our goals, keeping up with our overfilled schedules, and reading alarming news with which we are bombed, especially in these strange corona times, I would say. In some cases, anger to some limited extent can be positive. It can give us the strength and courage to change ourselves. If we express our anger, we can change behavior of people around us. We can change the system, but we shouldn't cross the limit till which anger is good and beneficial. We should always control the anger. By being angry, we can spread a lot of bad energy to people surrounding us. Moreover, it also has a bad effect on us. In my opinion, it's in many cases our own decision if we react angrily. We shouldn't let everything to disturb us and our happiness. On the other hand, we need to be careful not to go to the other extreme. If we keep all our feelings inside, it's really hard for us, and once we will break for sure. The next theme is lust. It's the hardest theme to talk about, and when I was assigned, and when it was assigned to me, I didn't have an idea what to tell about it. I'm sure everyone has much experience with lust, and we all handle it differently, of course. First, I found an interesting definition of lust. It tells that lust is a psychological force producing intense desire for an object or circumstance fulfilling the emotion while already having a significant other or amount of the desired object. So lust can take any form, such as the lust for sexuality, love, money, or power. For example, the lust for food is very different than the lust than the need for food. It's very different. We can surely state that the lust is connected with addiction, and it's bad in any form and in any situation. As I read from Pursuit of Truth, almost all the miseries men have in the world come from the addiction to woman and gold. It's better to remain as far away as possible from these two. This is what the book says. I can hardly give any advice about loyalty. However, it's required from every man to deeply respect any woman, no matter her status, age, and relation, of course. We are physically stronger, so we need to support and help them. Lust is in our nature, but a strong man should control it, of course. A good suggestion is given in the book Pursuit of Truth. It's written that we should keep in our mind that every woman is another form of one's other mother. If thoughts of passion and pride do not arise in the mind, how can they show up? The way out is to remain always absorbed in higher thoughts and activities. Investigation into the science of creation, mathematics, and chemistry controls lust. So I think I told everything. We came to the end of our presentation. I would like to thank you all for your attention. And of course, if there are any questions, you are warmly invited to ask us now.
Yeah, I'll ask the panelists. Does any of you have any question in mind? Vishnu, Saikia, Vinayana? Yes, right, please.
I have a question from both of you. As you said, at a particular amount or at a particular level, this is desirable, and if you extend this thing, then it is not desirable. So I have a question like, from the thermometer we can measure the temperature, from the weight you can measure the weight of the body or something, but how you will measure that, okay, this is the extent and now you can, if you have just one comment.
I will answer that question. Thank you, Moise. This is a really interesting question. You brought physics in between. It's really nice. Yes, exactly. What we measure, other things, they are said to be non-living things, and but we as a living things, we have that field. When we cross that field, we will get to know this is not good. And this is creating a negative aura or negative feelings around. So this controls us, and by this we will get to know, okay, we are crossing the limit, or we will get to know, okay, we are not, we are so down, we should bring it up. So this is how we will get to know. Like it is exactly same like how we measure we got enlightened. There is no measure. We will somehow get to know. When you eat food a lot, you feel more. You feel it. So in the same way, if you're enlightened, one day you will feel that, and in the same way, the more or less you will feel.
Yeah. Alice, do you want to throw some light on it? You need to unmute yourself.
I think Anil summed up really nicely. So yeah, I don't have any other.
I have a question for you in between, if I can.
Yes.
Do you think these complexes that we are talking about, they're not only a hindrance, can you give us some example how it has helped you to achieve something that you had wished for? Not the negative aspect, the positive aspect, because I think as Sree Thakur says, we don't need to suppress these urges. We need to divert them, to channelize them towards the desired goal that we are planning for, a wishing.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I give an example from anger, when I'm angry on my friend because he's, I don't know, doing something I don't like, maybe my roommate. He was always leaving the hair inside the sink, and I really didn't like that. And of course, I needed to get a bit angry. It took some time, and then I was angry enough to tell him. I was like, "Hey, please, can you stop doing this?" And then he stopped. It got better. So this is the example how angriness can be good in some way sometimes. But I always still try to be nice. I told him nicely, like not like, hey, you are so bad. I was like politely telling him. My anger helped me to express that, and then it got better, and I wasn't disturbed anymore with the hairs.
Thank you very much for that. Any of you want to ask anything? Yes, please, Vineda.
Yeah, thank you, Didi, and thank you very much, Alice and Anil. Both of you you have shed lights on this topic very extraordinarily. It's really appreciable. Now, like Alice has said, it's not a question; it's a bit of a comment. Alice has said like how we control anger, and if I see someone doing something which I do not like, and how to, manage that person in a polite and that type of way. Actually, Sree Thakur has shown it, like some incidents happened when he was alive. Some incident happened and gave a superb example how to, manage with that type of situation. One such example is, many people used to come to him because he was a distinguished person in the society at that time. And one of them came, good people, bad people, all types of people used to come to him. One day, one person came, he was like super alcoholic, and he just loved to drink alcohol. And after drinking, not only like drinking, after drinking, he used to do all, nonsense things. So, Sree Thakur, instead of like, he was angry inside, extremely angry, because no good person, no normal person will like that kind of behavior. He was angry. But what he did, he used to offer him alcohol. Okay, and the other people around, they're surprised. Why? And some of people even criticized. Why just, he's doing all this nonsense after drinking, but still offering alcohol to him. But he's keep doing that for several days. And one day, that person drank so much, and he, vomited and all nonsense. But still, Thakurji, he used to take care. After he got sick, that person got sick after consuming alcohol. So you see, Thakur still stayed with him. He cleaned him and he took care of him. But that person is not in his conscience. He cannot understand anything. Next day, when he knew that Sree Thakur, even after doing all these things, he was taking care of him, and he, cleaned him and took him to his, normal bed and put him there. Then that person changed his mind, and that change in the mind lasted forever. He bowed down to Sree Thakur and said, "What I have done is completely wrong. You showed me the way." So that can be also a way to scold someone, or to show someone a way of life. So that's just, I wanted to share with you some of the things I heard from our learned people.
Thank you very much for sharing this story. It's really nice. Yeah, it's like how we can really nice way achieve something so big. That's really nice. Yeah, thank you for sharing the story.
Do you want to ask anything? I can see something is popping in the chat box.
Yeah, I actually wanted to ask both of you a question. I mean, it was a really nice delivery of information that you have given a while ago. I wanted to know, what practices do you follow regularly to keep your mental state in balance? I mean, like the disciples of Thakur, Anukul, Chandra, we follow a certain kind of, or I mean, more relative meditation. Yeah. So what do you do on a regular basis?
Alice, anything?
Okay, I will go first. Thank you for the question. For me, I was a agnostic person actually. I was religious before, and later I started thinking what exactly God and how and these things. So I'm a bit agnostic kind of person. So now I'm trying to be more spiritual. I like to do meditation, and that's the one way. And being nice with the people around you, and exploring the nature, seeing every small bit of the environment around you, and this brings the special feeling. Plus meditation. This is what you do in the outer world, outside of you, and inside of you, you associate with yourself by doing meditation. And me, I like to do meditation in the evening, after I come from the job, after the dinner, everything at 11 p.m. something like that. Some people say it's not a good way, because morning is the best time, because everything is clean and you can think about. But for me, evening is much better. I have all the things from the morning till the evening, and if I can sit without thinking much, that's the real challenge. So then that's the real control that you can get. So I like to do more in the evening, and some days I'm successful, doing well. Sometimes I have some things in my head. I try to solve things like this. So meditation and exploring around, seeing around me. This is what I do every day. Yes.
Yeah, I can also say something.
Yes,
I mainly, like, every evening before I go to sleep, I just lay in the bed or sit, and I just think through whole day, how I reacted to different things which happened to me during the day. And I think that's really important. And then I somehow analyze what I did wrong, what I should do different tomorrow. Maybe I should apologize to someone. These things are very important. I'm not doing something like really meditation, but maybe this is a kind of meditation, I think. Even I think the nature, admiring the nature is really important. The nature is really something so special. And if you love the nature, you will love the people, and you will love the world and your life.
Yeah.
Is absolutely, I can't agree more with Alex on that point. Loving the nature and being natural, that's absolutely important for our life. Now, for both of you, just wanted to know your opinion. In modern days, this meditation, it has been taken up quite warmly all over the world. People are slowly going to meditate, and they think that it is good, and there are some scientific evidences available these days as well, that these things are good for health. But there are some connections, probably, some people say there are some connections between meditation and spirituality. So how you look at meditation in that respect? Like, do you think that meditation still can take us to something invisible? Because, in modern days, the concept of spiritual God or something, that is a conflict between science and visible things, science and practical things. So in that way, if you look at meditation, if you connect meditation with spirituality, how do you do that?
for me, I don't feel much difference between meditation and spirituality. And you mentioned about can you with meditation can you reach undefined things like this? So it's basically the illusion which we create while meditating, the illusions which we create. And also, there is a very good example of Srinivasa Ramanujan, who got things through his meditation or through the God Devi, and these things somehow shows there is some connection, but we are still not in that level. But we all are working, and also the environment around you should somehow helps you. But the environment nowadays, it's like you are positive, but you get a lot of negative energies from around, and this is so hard. But still, if you're managing to grow some flower inside you, this is really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's a bit hard question for me. I don't know what to say. I would agree with Anil. Anil answered really well, I think. Yeah, we can reach many things through meditation, I would say.
Actually, the definition of meditation as per Sree Thakur is that when you focus on something without any interruption, consistently you're focusing on something, that is meditation. As you said that you at the end of the day, you sit quietly and you think about the things you did and how you reacted to the actions. That is a kind of meditation, or in a colloquial way, we take accountability of the things. But it is a kind of meditation. You're focusing on your behavior, your past experience, and you're learning from that. You're enriching yourself for the next day or next coming time. It's a kind of way forward. Queen Prashna, is there anybody speaking something?
Yeah, I actually, this discussion is quite interesting. So I had a few questions, and as other people were talking, I have even more questions. So I have one for Anil, one for Alice, and the third speaker seems to be Binay. So I have one question for him as well.
I am not definitely a speaker today.
Well, impromptu speaker.
That's okay. It's okay. Let's carry on. Yes, please. You can start with Alice's one.
So for Alice, you quoted a number of things from the book that you're given, The Pursuit of Truth, which is called the Shotanasharan. And it was quite interesting, the quotes that you presented. I'm curious to know, was there anything that was unique or interesting that gave you a sort of a light bulb moment, or sparked an interesting perspective or dimension on thoughts that you already have on the topics that you were discussing?
Yeah, actually, I was reading that part of the book where it was told about, where it was written about anger, and that about the lust, and these sentences which I cited, I found really interesting, and really it can teach us a lot, I think. Like the one, if thoughts of passion and pride do not arise in the mind, how can they show up? The way is to remain always absorbed in higher thoughts and activities. Investigation in the science of creation, mathematics, and chemistry controls lust. I think we can teach a lot from this part of the book, and I'm interested to continue reading.
Thank you very much, Alice.
Come back to the positive way. If I'm going in a negative way, then I'm lacking something. So I should find what I'm lacking, either the support around me or the self-confidence within me. It's better if you get a really nice friend then or somebody, a nice supporter. They can save you, or they can guide you, or a person like respected Sree Thakur. If you get a book like that, or something which you find motivational, by with the help of these things, you can somehow hold the rope and come out of the well.
I think
Question actually. I never thought about that. Like, more surprisingly, it's like you don't get when you want it.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would say you don't have to suppress it, or you don't try to bring it out. Just live freely. I would say, I don't know whether it's too hard for that. But I'm trying to be like that, just like a water or a wind. Just be free. Don't try to control it, or don't try, if you think it's not enough, don't try to pick it up. Just live it freely, like a wind or a water. You feel so much relaxed. That's my small.
Probably, like, if we see something happening, absolutely wrong in front of us, and if we think that in that case, if expression of little anger it can help that person opposite to you, or if it can help you, then I think little expression of the anger, not in a very rude way, or just aggressive way, but just to tell that person that what probably you are doing is probably not right. That much expression is probably needed, and I think that much expression of our anger to that limit, it should be allowable. otherwise the world will go in a completely wrong direction, isn't it? So
yeah.
Yes, Didi, if you could add on that.
I'm seeing Alice nodding his head. I would like to hear what he's saying.
Yeah, I think that. Oh no, now I lost what I wanted to say. Yeah, I think first for Saikia, I think that if you don't find that anger in you, then you're just not angry. What is actually good? You can just maybe like Binay told. You can just say something politely that it's not right. Even if you are not angry, you can just say something that it's not right what that person is doing or whatever. Just express it, and it's only good for you that you are not angry. I have never experienced that I should be angry, but I couldn't be. This is really interesting. Yes.